Hello and welcome to Flight Path. I'm Chris Jones, the Chief Marketing Officer at McCarran International Airport. 2018 was an exceptional year for McCarran. We celebrated our 70th anniversary, welcomed record numbers of passengers, and were honored with a prestigious award. Here's a look at the year just ended and some of the moments that made it special.
Throughout the past year, the team at McCarran worked hard to deliver a memorable experience for visitors and local travelers. From live entertainment for passengers and beautiful upgrades in the terminals, to supporting the local community and honoring our military, no opportunity to show true Las Vegas hospitality was missed.
Hello, my name is Girmay from Ethiopia. Welcome to my new hometown, Las Vegas.
Attention to detail, overall improvements, and a Vegas-only vibe all contributed to McCarran taking top honors in the J.D. Power 2018 North America Airport Satisfaction Study.
Good morning, boarding pass and ID.
Together with partner agencies, McCarran has kept passengers moving smoothly on their journeys.
You know, part of the vision statement of the airport is to be on the cutting edge of technology.
New technology like automated screening lanes at security checkpoints, along with new amenities and the completion of $30 million in improvements in Terminal 1, helped McCarran climb in the rankings. McCarran's commitment to service doesn't stop with passengers in the terminals. Helping those in need on a local level is just as important as providing award-winning service to travelers.
Thank you. You bet.
Last year, the Community Enrichment Team donated time and talent during their off hours to charitable organizations including Spread the Word Nevada, Opportunity Village, and 3 Square Food Bank.
It's very heartwarming. It's heartwarming that the ones that have a bit more give to the less fortunate, and it's definitely a lesson to my kids.
In addition, employees with McCarran's Landside Operations Division volunteered at the semi-annual Las Vegas Wash Green Up Planting event, helping revegetate a 10-acre site. In support of Las Vegas's tourism-driven economy, McCarran's Voices of Vegas music program brings live entertainment to travelers. An end-of-summer party featuring singers from the Shakespeare Institute of Nevada helped cool things down before the busy Labor Day weekend. Rancho High School's mariachi and ballet folklorico performers welcomed passengers arriving in Las Vegas for Mexican Independence Day weekend, an event that's become a tradition at McCarran.
I just love how it makes people feel. It's like it energizes people, makes people happy.
Anything that we have to do in our occupation requires us to read.
Exposing students to careers in aviation while encouraging them to stay in school and study hard is another airport tradition. Last year, more than 25 team members visited nearby Gene Ward Elementary for Nevada Reading Week. The airport also facilitated the annual Salute to the Troops arrival, a celebration where wounded service members are flown on an American Airlines charter to Las Vegas for an all-expenses-paid weekend of entertainment, relaxation, and sightseeing.
I feel a connection to the military because family members have been in it, and I feel like not enough people understand what these men do and these women, how they sacrifice and their families sacrifice.
The best part about my job is being able to participate in the honor flights to honor our troops that have served for our country, and this is what makes work great.
Learning opportunities throughout the year strengthen McCarran's commitment to people.
Autism causes me to behave differently than what you may think or expect.
Autism awareness classes showed the team how to interact with and assist travelers with developmental disabilities, while sessions on human trafficking trained employees in how to identify potential victims and in where they can get help. Year's End saw the return of the student choir from Doris French Elementary School to help kick off the holiday season at the airport.
Christmas bells are ringing.
Choirs from around the Las Vegas area performed sounds of the season throughout the month of December to keep spreading joy in the terminals.
McCarran is the economic engine that drives this dynamic destination. It's an important part of the local, national, and global communities, as well as a hub that bridges passengers and places. And that's why people will always be at the heart of this airport.
Well, we hope you appreciated that look back at 2018, and we're going to have a great conversation now talking about some of the highlights from last year and also an opportunity to look forward to what's to come in 2019. And to do that, I'm joined by 3 very special guests, starting with our airport director, Ms. Rosemary Vasiliadis, Jim Chrisley, who is our Deputy Director, and Joe Perkowski, who's our Chief Financial Officer. I'm going to start with Rosemary. And Rosemary, 2018, another record year, nearly 50 million passengers. Tell us about what you think is so important about the airport and how it serves a great role for this community.
Well, Chris, first of all, I want to thank my teammates here with me because it really takes all of us to keep this dynamic airport going. We were really excited about breaking our all-time record. It's something that is very unique in large airports with the role that we serve. We service a community of a little over 2 million, but we have the pleasure of servicing half of the 42 million passengers that come through town. And that's something that we take very seriously and know that we are part of that experience, you know, part of that first and last look of Las Vegas. So we're very integral in every part of what that passenger goes through here.
For a community this size to have the level of service that we have, it really is unprecedented. That's just a testament to Las Vegas and how popular the destination is and the airport's role in that.
You know, with 80% of our total passenger count being origin and destination, which means they come to Las Vegas, they leave to Las Vegas. They're not just transferring through our facility. That is a testimonial to the power and the strength of this town.
You talked about the appeal of Las Vegas. One of the things that we've seen happening here in recent years is a great increase in people coming from outside the United States to visit this destination. Tell us about how the airport plays a role in that and some of the exciting developments that we've seen with international visitation.
Well, it's really exciting to have the growth in international visitation that we have because, first of all, they all fly in. So our numbers have grown just exponentially over the past several years. And even this past year, we were honored enough to welcome 3 new international carriers from all around the world into our destination and through our airport. Again, something that we take very seriously. We look at what they need to process through. We work very closely with our Customs and Border Protection staff. We were able to welcome them through a video welcome, you know, Las Vegas style. And through the corridor, there's old Las Vegas pictures, which our international passengers love. And so we look at each part of that just to make it, you know, Vegas because they're choosing to come here.
Turning to you now, Jim, Rosemary talked a lot about the growth, and to be able to accommodate that growth successfully, we've obviously got to look at our facilities. Tell us a little bit about what's in store in the airport in terms of capital improvements, physical improvements, and things that might make the experience that much better for our customers.
We've been putting lots of projects and effort into Terminal 1, and we're looking to continue that in the coming year. Our AB gates, we're continuing the project where we're going to be replacing carpet with the shiny terrazzo flooring. We're also looking at the restroom upgrades, enhancing the appearance of our wall coverings, as well as reconfiguring, in A gates at least, reconfiguring our hold rooms to maybe make them more spacious, allow for additional seating, and give them a brand new look.
There's been a lot of growth with the carriers in the AB gates. Tell us about why it's important to upgrade that portion of the airport.
Yeah, so we've just started a project. We're actually going to expand the number of lanes in the AB checkpoint. And when that's complete, we're going to be able to add these automated screening lanes. Those that travel regularly have noticed we've deployed those already at 3 of our other checkpoints. So this project will allow us to provide that service within the AB checkpoint. And what these lanes do, they provide a more efficient screening process and experience for our customers as they process through the TSA checkpoint.
We also know that people like the ability to use TSA PreCheck. That will be in the AB checkpoint as well?
Absolutely. So as part of the expansion, we're going to have 2 dedicated PreCheck lanes for our PreCheck customers.
Tell us what's in store for people who are leaving the airport, driving on our roadways, maybe taking Uber and Lyft or a taxi. A lot of things are going on in that part of the airport.
Absolutely. And one of those areas is our Uber and Lyft pickup areas. That's become a very popular mode of transportation, and we're looking at actually relocating the pickup area in Terminal 1, and we're looking at bringing it down a level to remove that vertical movement requirement for our passengers.
Why are the roadways so important for the overall airport experience?
People want to be able to know when they leave home that they can make their flight on time or leave their hotel, and when there's congestion on the roadway, that becomes an unknown. We've taken on a study to evaluate our existing roadways and what can we possibly do to improve that flow through the airport. It's the whole experience from door to curb here, and then from curb all the way to the gate. We have to look at all of it. If we really want that true exceptional experience, we need to evaluate and improve all those aspects.
All right, I'm going to turn now to our Chief Financial Officer, Joe Perkowski. Joe, you get to deal with all of the fun revenue side of the airport, and I think a lot of people don't understand there's so many different ways that we are self-sustaining. And one of those big pieces is advertising. There's a lot in store for advertising in 2019, so let our viewers know about what they might see when they come here.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct, Chris. And what you'll see, and it's an ongoing project that's already been started, is we're going to be replacing our old backlit can signs with digital advertising. And what that'll allow us to do is not only put multiple advertisements on one board, but also be able to change out those boards rapidly and therefore increase our revenue.
We talked a little bit about advertising revenue. One of the other great sources of revenue for an airport is concessions and retail. As we can see behind you right now, we've added a lot of new stores in 2018, more to come in 2019.
Not only did we add these in 18, but we're constantly refreshing all of the concepts, both retail and food and beverage. And right now we're looking at a big major expansion of our checkpoint in AB, and with that we'll also be refreshing the concepts there. So there'll be a new Shake Shack as well as a Jamba Juice. So right here in the D gates we'll be adding a common use lounge. It's called the Club at LAS.
And that's important along with the new duty free that came online in 2018, correct?
Yes, the duty free is another critical part of serving our international customers here in D gates. It's very important that we have these revenue sources so we can keep our rates and charges to the airlines low and keep our fares to the destination low.
All this conversation, Rosemary, we've talked about things that we're doing to improve the airport. And in 2018, we received a phenomenal validation from a very well-respected outside party that shows that this is working. Tell us a little bit about what that meant and why it's so important to us here at the airport and the community we serve.
Well, we ranked #1 along with Orlando as #1 in customer satisfaction. And that's really important to us because we're a discretionary location. So they choose to come here. So to be ranked #1 in large airports is just a huge honor. And so we actually have an airport-wide effort of appreciating the customer, letting the customer know that they are needed, that they're wanted, that they're respected, and that we want them to be served with what they need.
Rosemary, Joe, Jim, thank you for joining us. A lot of great things going on in 2018, even more going on in 2019, and we look forward to what McCarran has in store for this community. Every January, tens of thousands of attendees and exhibitors descend upon Las Vegas for one of the world's largest annual trade shows. Here's a look at how the team at McCarran prepares for the influx of visitors.
The International Consumer Electronics Show, or CES, has become one of the biggest events of the year for Las Vegas. This January, it brought upwards of 180,000 visitors to the community, most of whom arrived by air. That kind of volume took careful planning at McCarran.
Months before CES began, the Department of Aviation, airlines, TSA, and other agencies started coordinating their efforts to make sure CES delegates would have a seamless travel experience at the airport.
For a big event like CES, we usually start the previous summer. It takes us to get with all of our stakeholders, the airlines, other airport entities, to make sure that that plan is successful, figure out what the gate plan is going to be, and ensure that we can accommodate all the extra traffic.
Airlines added special flights specifically targeting CES attendees, with nearly 3 dozen coming from overseas. Flights brought visitors from Amsterdam, London, Paris, Shanghai, Tokyo, and more. Some of those flights used aircraft not normally seen in Las Vegas, a treat for aviation enthusiasts and a challenge for those who find gates for those aircraft.
We have more than 3 dozen international flights coming in for CES. 3 in particular are ones just for this event. We have Air France, Air Tahiti Nui, and also KLM. In addition, we also have the Delta Northeast Wing. We revamped that to accommodate international traffic. That's helped us out greatly in expanding our capability of handling international traffic.
Once on the ground, everyone needs a ride to their hotel or convention space. During CES 2018, taxis and Uber and Lyft drivers saw a record 29,878 pickups in one day. This year, McCarran's Landside Operations Division and ground transportation vendors made sure they were ready for the next wave. CES guests who want to hit the ground running had the option of picking up their convention credentials before they even left the airport. Terminal operations staff were on hand to keep check-in lines organized during busy times. Many convention attendees leave Las Vegas on the same day, requiring additional planning and coordination on the outbound side. The Transportation Security Administration made sure travelers got through checkpoints in a timely manner. With the help of airline partners, the McCarran team helped inform departing passengers which terminal to use for check-in.
Inside the terminals, we have the leaderboards that we'll put out, make sure that the travelers can see what's going to happen non-standard. For example, you may enter and land and arrive at Terminal 3, but depart out of the Delta gates. So in order to make that happen, proper signage is key to making that successful, and communicating via social media and some of the other platforms as well.
Through strong planning and teamwork, the Department of Aviation and its partners provided the best first and last impression of Las Vegas for thousands who attended the world's premier electronics trade show.
As a convenience to our customers, McCarran International Airport offers self-service check-in kiosks in both terminals. They're easy to use and help streamline the departure process for busy travelers. You can even use them to tag your own checked bags.
For passengers traveling with no checked bags, getting from the curb to the gate is simple with McCarran's Speed Check Advanced Kiosks. In Terminal 1, there are banks of kiosks on Level 2 near the Aviation Museum and across from the A and B gate security checkpoint. They can also be found in ticketing. In Terminal 3, kiosks are situated near domestic and international departures as well as in areas adjacent to the checkpoint. Self-service kiosks save travelers time by offering an alternative to waiting in line for an employee to assist them. Using touchscreen technology, passengers choose from a list of participating carriers. Once the airline's reservation system is visible, guests follow the step-by-step instructions on the screen to complete the check-in process. After the passenger has checked in, the machine prints out a boarding pass. If you're not checking a bag, simply take the boarding pass and head to the security screening area, then onto the gate. Self-service kiosks are also available near the airline's ticket counters. For passengers with checked bags, these devices offer even more convenience. Just use the kiosk to print a bag tag, apply the tag to the bags to be checked, and drop off the luggage with an attendant. Currently, a total of 13 airlines at McCarran offer the self-tagging option. They are Air Canada, Alaska, American, British Airways, Condor, Hawaiian, JetBlue, LATAM, Southwest, Spirit, Thomas Cook, United, and WestJet. For travel tips and information on technology at the airport, visit mccarran.com/travel.
If you walked around McCarran and wondered, is this place going to the dogs? You probably noticed our four-legged security experts, a team of highly trained canines and their handlers add an extra layer of airport security. Let's take a look at our canine unit.
Explosives are known to be the greatest threat to the aviation system. With their super sensitive noses, specially trained canines are ideal for sniffing out trouble.
Come on, bub. Good.
The Department of Aviation has numerous explosive detection canine teams working in shifts to provide coverage 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The McCarran dogs receive training at Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas. After arriving in Las Vegas, there is site-specific training to help the dog adjust to the airport environment.
Seek.
Both human and canine members of the teams go through intensive preparation to establish a bond.
So we develop a bond early, and it's a responsibility of the handler to ensure that there are daily welfare checks done on the animal to ensure that he's well nourished, getting the proper feeding, the proper diet.
McCarran's canine unit works and trains all over the airport, in ticketing and baggage claim, parking garages and gate areas, and behind the scenes in cargo. The teams handle thousands of unscheduled calls for service each year, responding to requests to inspect unattended vehicles and bags, and assisting with special baggage screening situations. They also support security details for traveling dignitaries and VIPs.
It's a very unique unit. It's something that requires a lot of hard work and something that requires a challenge working with an animal. I felt like that was perfect role for me, and I've been loving it ever since.
Good job.
The Transportation Security Administration has a group of dogs and handlers of its own. TSA's passenger screening canines work the security checkpoints at McCarran, helping keep the lines moving during peak times. They expedite the screening process by essentially allowing everyone cleared by the dog to be screened as a pre-check passenger. The McCarran dogs are sociable, but they are working canines and should not be petted or fed by anyone but their handlers. Most are outfitted with Do Not Pet vests, and handlers are proactive about preventing unwelcome contact with their pups. With their keen sense of smell, the specially trained working dogs of McCarran are an effective tool for detecting danger and keeping the airport safe and secure.
McCarran was the backdrop for last fall's Las Vegas Girls in Aviation Day event. Nearly 100 local girls spent a day exploring the variety of career opportunities in the aviation industry. Here's a look at what they learned.
Explore today, have fun, ask questions, enjoy yourself.
Each year, Women in Aviation International hosts Girls in Aviation Day events around the globe. The organization is a nonprofit dedicated to encouragement and advancement of women in aviation careers.
The Las Vegas chapter of Women in Aviation International, Allegiant Airlines, and other agencies partnered to host this special experience. Girls with a variety of career goals attended the event here at McCarran.
After checking in and going through security, the girls proceeded to a gate where they were given backpacks and snacks. Activities in the boarding area included lessons on how airplanes fly, flight planning, and drones. A career panel featured women in a variety of aviation jobs. The event was meant to encourage, educate, and inspire the next generation of women in the industry.
And so to be able for a little girl to see someone who looks like her in a field that she's interested in really helps to say, I can do that and I can be that. And so that's really what the organization really focuses on, and then Girls in Aviation Day specifically focuses to encourage those girls to pursue any type of career in aviation that they're interested in.
The girls got up close to an Allegiant aircraft down on the ramp, where they did a pre-flight walk-around inspection led by female pilots.
And we also make sure when we come over here to the side, you guys
see all the little nuts and bolts around. You have to make sure that all of those are in there.
Then they boarded the aircraft, and a Las Vegas-based crew showed them the cabin, flight deck, and all the controls used to fly a plane.
I think it's just very important to see the motivation. There's nothing like coming to work and having a little girl wanting to come into the flight deck and asking questions. What does this do? What does that do? So it brings a lot of joy to me to see that.
The tour allowed the curious young ladies to ask questions and explore the inner workings of avionics systems, engines, and safety procedures.
In the event of emergency, if they have to get out fast, it all comes off really fast.
They also learned how to read aviation maps called sectional charts and how pilots use these navigational tools to fly from place to place.
If you look at the Mariana Airport, there's an obstruction there.
The event was a hands-on approach to learning that the girls enjoyed.
I really like seeing stuff in person and learning it in person.
Pilots from all sectors of the industry, including military, general aviation, and commercial airlines, served as role models at the event. However, Girls in Aviation Day is not just about becoming a pilot. The young ladies were introduced to many careers in aviation, such as engineering, air traffic control, rotary flight, medevac operations, airport safety, and aircraft maintenance. From speaking to professionals one-on-one to seeing planes up close, the day was packed full of lessons the girls will not forget.
I've been on a lot of planes and I'm interested to see because a lot of people in my mom's family had to do with planes.
Girls in Aviation Day was held in nearly 100 locations worldwide and introduced a record number of girls ages 8 to 17 to the career and lifestyle possibilities in the aviation industry.
To reach out to our growing number of Hispanic customers, each episode of Flight Path features a segment in Spanish with English subtitles. Here's Gabriela Muro to tell us more about how travelers can find good food on the go and a look at the wide range of meals and snacks that meet a variety of dietary needs and preferences.
Los aeropuertos son lugares donde los clientes tienen una variedad de opciones de comida. McCarran cuenta con una gran variedad de opciones para el viajero, desde comidas para llevar, bocadillos y restaurantes para sentarse.
Para los clientes que tienen alergias a los alimentos o aquellos que simplemente prefieren seguir una dieta específica, los restaurantes del aeropuerto ofrecen opciones veganas, vegetarianas y sin gluten.
HMS Host is really engaging with our customer, and our customer are health focused. They're really looking for those options.
Los clientes que buscan comidas bajas en calorías mientras viajan pueden visitar el PGA Tour Grill. Aquí, los alimentos del menú incluyen las ensaladas griega, el salmón a la parrilla y una hamburguesa de pavo. El restaurante también cuenta con la popular ensalada Power, con quiona, tomate, pimientos asados, garbanzos, rúcula, aguacate y hierbas frescas, para ofrecer a los viajeros conscientes de la salud más opciones. HMS Host introdujo recientemente una nueva gama de comida, aperitivos y bebidas.
We have developed with several nutritionists is paleo boxes and lunch boxes and protein boxes. They're all under 500 calories, no high fructose corn syrup, no added sweeteners. It's really that experience to be able to go into an airport and eat healthy.
Las comidas que come bien y viaje más lejos están disponibles en los kioscos Fresh Attractions. Hay alimentos y bebidas basados en las tendencias populares de bienestar, como las bebidas probióticas, orgánicas, los bocadillos saludables como las chips de col rizado, los garbanzos asados y las frutas secas orgánicas. Las cajas de bentón como la lonchera vegana, las cajas de bocadillos paleo y la lonchera de proteínas también amplias las opciones saludables para los viajeros. Los clientes vegetarianos y veganos pueden visitar Payway, donde el menú incluye edamame, rollitos de primavera de vegetables, arroz frito vegetariano y fideo vegetariano lo mein. Para los viajeros que desean una hamburguesa, pero que la quieren sin carne, PGA Tour Grill, Sammy's Beach Bar and Grill y José Cuervo Tequilería, Las Vegas Chop House y Burke's in the Box ofrecen la hamburguesa imposible.
For those passengers who are looking for a vegan option, it's a great option to try. It tastes amazing and it's really a revolutionary product.
Para los pasajeros con sensibilidad al gluten, California Pizza Kitchen McCarran y Wolfgang Puck en las puertas D ofrecen pizzas sin gluten. Además, los restaurantes de todo el aeropuerto ofrecen aperitivos y ensaladas sin gluten.
Para obtener más información, visite nuestro sitio de internet McCarran.com para conocer las opciones de restaurantes disponibles en McCarran.
As the second busiest airport in Nevada, North Las Vegas Airport is a vital part of the Department of Aviation system. We recently completed a major upgrade to the terminal building, and the new look has captured the attention of all who use this facility.
North Las Vegas Airport is a convenient and economical gateway to downtown Las Vegas and the world-famous Strip. To reflect the dynamic community it serves, the Clark County Department of Aviation has recently added some sparkle and shine to the facility. The remodel gives the whole space an updated, modern feel. There's a new color palette woven throughout the design, and beautiful new terrazzo flooring brightens the rooms. The material is easy to clean and easy on the eyes.
We've given our terminal a facelift, and it is very exciting to bring the modern era in here.
The terminal also boasts new ceilings, stainless steel handrails, column surrounds, and an updated paint scheme. In keeping with the commitment to customer service, designers were sure to provide fully accessible restrooms and drinking fountains, and to upgrade the fixed-based operations areas.
We are a full-service FBO, which is a fixed-based operator. We offer ground transportation, we offer baggage handling and fuel services for the aircraft.
Custom artwork on the walls enhances the modern look while showcasing the importance of this airport and the aviation community. The conceptual designs consist of overlays of lines depicting runway configurations, flight arrival and departure tracks, helicopter tour paths, and the airspace surrounding the airport. With its modern new design and team of dedicated professionals, North Las Vegas Airport is poised to soar into a successful future serving its customers and the community.
Airports can be a challenging environment for individuals with intellectual or developmental disabilities. To help educate and make McCarran more accessible, we've worked with Magnus Mode to offer a customized mobile app. It helps people with autism and other special needs navigate the airport.
For some, the hustle and bustle of a popular airport like McCarran can be exciting, but for travelers with special needs, the sights and sounds can be a bit overwhelming.
To make the travel experience more accessible, the airport has partnered with Magnus Mode to offer a mobile app for passengers who require extra assistance. The technology uses a series of photos and instructions, known as Magnus cards, to guide users through everyday experiences. The app features a character named Magnus. Users can choose the custom McCarran tab and follow Magnus on a journey by swiping through the photos to learn about checking in, security screening, finding a restroom, boarding an airplane, and baggage claim.
We always bring the latest technologies to McCarran International Airport to make it easier for passengers, in this case with cognitive disabilities, become more familiar with the airport, makes it much more inclusive for everybody, and again, providing that great customer service for everybody.
Each photo is accompanied by an explanatory text. A voice option reads the instructions out to the user. Special needs travelers who download the app can use it to get familiar with travel experiences before going to the airport or as a how-to during their actual trip.
They're able to see fun, interactive cards that they can learn about the airport. So before they come, they already know where different things are, how it operates, and then when they get here, it guides them through the airport, and so they feel comfortable that they've seen it before, and it really helps them have a good experience.
By using innovative technology, McCarran gives travelers the support they need for an inclusive airport experience. To learn more about the custom Magnus cards, download the app from the App Store or Google Play.
Now you're ready to pack your bags and fly the skies, so have a great trip. Remember to check us out on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, and use all the resources of our website, McCarran.com. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Flight Path.